Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. We're going to have a very informative show for you today. We've got Mayor Tom being with us, and then Matt Stanislav is coming to talk to us about a really interesting project that he is involved with. Today is Monday, March 27th of 2017. My name is Pete Connor, and we are, as I say, going to have this very informative and very interesting show. As a reminder, we always appreciate your input as to what you'd like to see on Owatonna Today. So if you have someone that you think deserves some recognition for some things that they're doing that are very nice for our community, please give Leanne either a call at 390-5751, or you can log on to Owatonna Today at charter.net and inform her of those things. And if you have any organizations that need to have some coverage on some things that they are doing, that would be good as well. So, again, thanks for being with us. We're now going to pause and take a quick break for some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with Mayor Tom. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
If clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If your clothes catch on fire, do not panic and run. This only fans the fire. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect your eyes and your throat and lungs from the burns. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Did you know there are families in Still County that go to bed hungry every night? This is Nancy Ness from the Still County Food Shelf, reminding you that March is Minnesota Food Share Campaign Month. In January alone, we provided food to more than 600 Still County households, and the need continues to grow. This March, our goal is to raise $100,000. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or food items to the Still County Food Shelf. No one in Still County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Still County Food Shelf.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome, Honorable Mayor.
Well, Pete, you know, it's always a privilege and an honor to be interviewed by the former mayor, so I truly appreciate that.
Should we just stay with this theme for the next 5 minutes?
Why not?
Pat each other in the back.
Yes.
But no, Tom, it is good to have you here, and obviously I would suspect that there's never a dull moment. And you're going to tell us about some things that are happening across our great city, as you like to call it.
It's a great city of Owatonna.
Yeah, good.
A couple of things that didn't show up on the council, but I'd like to talk about a little bit, is that if you drive in our downtown area and you drive up Oak Avenue or any of those, you see some garbage cans that sit along the sidewalk. And in some areas there's even a dumpster or two. And one of the things that we have committed to try and improve is clean up our downtown area. So there has been letters sent out to and hand delivered to business owners, and we are going to try and either find locations for those containers or build fences so they'll be hid along the sidewalk and try and clear that up. So that's one of the goals for this year, is to clean up the downtown area with the garbage cans and stuff.
You know, my wife and I came here in 1967, and we always were told that this is a beautiful town, a very clean town. And I think what you're talking about speaks to that.
Yep, exactly.
You know, if we can't take care of the basics.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. You know, and it's a tough issue because there's not a lot of areas to put those containers and stuff. So we will work with the business owners and try and find solutions and clean that downtown area up.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
The other thing is the Park and Rec Department has continued to hear from citizens about recycling. And so they have taken on a project this summer for 2 parks, Darts Park and Mineral Springs Park and Manthe Park. And right now there is about 24 garbage cans at each one of those parks.
Big barrels.
Big barrels.
Okay.
They're going to remove 12 of those big barrels and put in recycling containers. It'll be the same size recycling container we have at our house and everything. Okay. And so we would encourage citizens to recycle the stuff they can recycle and put in the recycling containers, and garbage in the garbage containers. And what we'll do is once a week or once every 2 weeks, have the crew pull those recycling containers out to the parking lot, and Waste Management will come and pick them up and dump them. So we'll try those 2 parks first and see what kind of success we have. There's been a lot of citizens that have approached Park and Rec Department to try and recycle some of that stuff out there, so which is good.
Okay, so your quest then will be likely to go on to other parks. You get 2 done, and then you'll go off to.
We will do 2, and then see what kind of success we have,
Right.
and then expand the program.
Yeah. Okay. Let me stay with the park thing. How's vandalism like in the park on the parkway system and in the parks?
Well, you can't say there's never any vandalism, but I think it's pretty well controlled and limited. It hasn't been a topic of discussion at the council meeting, and we haven't had Keith Hiller approach us with that. So I think with the patrols that we have and everything, it's pretty well contained.
Good.
Yep.
Excellent.
You bet.
Excellent. Okay. And council's is dealing with a couple of things that have some heat to them.
Well, yeah, a couple of them I want to talk about is on the council meeting on the 7th of March, we had a study session, and the study session was to make the library and the library grounds smoke-free. And we had a presentation, and at the end of this council meeting, there was a approval from the council to make that smoke-free. It wasn't that long ago where we used to have a cigarette butt can out by the back door of the entrance to the library, and so that's all been removed, and the police and the staff will try and patrol that area and then make sure that it stays smoke-free.
And it's a cleanliness issue as well. I mean, smoke's sure in the air and you can smell it, in the building. But then you look around, you got cigarette butts. People don't always put them in the smoke out little containers, and it's kind of messy. Yeah. Is that going to include the parking lot too?
That will include the parking lot too. Correct.
Well.
Yep.
Okay.
You bet. Yep.
Right.
So another thing we did was at that meeting we had a very large crowd turnout. And you know that the Owatonna Care Center is being tore down.
Correct.
And there's going to be a 3-story apartment complex, market rate apartment complex put there. And for that meeting, there was fairly well attended. And my hat goes off to the citizens of Owatonna because it was well contained, well controlled. There wasn't any outrageous things, and they voiced their concerns. The council listened to them and gave final approval for that apartment complex to go up. That apartment complex will be market rate.
All right. So does that mean that the existing building will be demolished?
The existing building will be demolished, yep. And there's a lot of asbestos in it, so they got to be careful of how they do that. And it's a good fit for that location.
Sure,
but, yep.
sure. Okay.
And a couple other things. We had Dave Emanuelson sign up for the Human Rights Commission, so we did the oath of office for him.
Dave's a good man.
Dave is a great man.
Yeah.
He used to be on the Utility Commission,
Sure,
and
sure.
so, and you know how hard it is sometimes to find people to fill all those commissions and everything. So we appreciate when they step up to the park.
Good.
And then the Brooktree Golf Course and Masters Bar and Grill. Tim is took in another job, so he was trying to market that, and we feel that we have Mark and Shelley Wilson from the Bagel Shop will operate that this summer. So we are looking forward to that, and very fortunate to be able to have those people step up and control that and put on hamburgers and that type of stuff for the.
It's important to have some food when. Well, not only for general public, but certainly for the golfers when they come off.
Exactly.
The proverbial 19th hole, right?
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
Couple of road projects that we got authorized to go out in bids. Lamont Road from Kim Lane, I believe it is, all the way to the bridge will be done this year. It's going out for bids. And then North Cedar Avenue from the Cannon Company all the way down to the past the elevator where the railroad tracks are. That will be done. So there's going to be a couple big projects that will go on that will have an impact on traffic flow and that type of stuff.
Sure.
But
because that's basically an arterial. It's I think I don't know, maybe it isn't but it's a well-traveled street.
Exactly.
Or avenue. Yeah.
Yep.
How about residential streets? Any idea of how much construction is going to be going on?
They have started a program a couple years ago where they've drove down all the streets and then rated them as to how the condition of them is, if they're capable of being overlaid or if they have to be totally replaced. And Kyle has not put together his list yet for this year.
Right.
That will be coming out shortly.
Right. You know, I've spoke with Kyle about it because our street is kind of, you know, rough shape, you know, and I know that people would be the way I was. Just, oh, he didn't ask me if it should get, you know, the rating didn't, you know.
Yep.
But you know, there are streets that really are in need of repair, and you got to do it somehow. You got to be a system to do it. You know.
And I think that's one of the things the council has put a higher priority on in the last couple of years is street maintenance and everything. You know, that really defines how your city is and the cleanliness of it, and easy to get around. And without proper transportation, you're not going to be able to do that. So they've put more dollars towards street repair and that type of stuff. So
you got a couple of new members on council.
We have, yes.
How are they doing?
They are doing fantastic. You know, I think Chris Boosie and Mayor Tom Kuntz are very blessed because we got a very good council. You know, we've got councils that you've got this group of people that want to talk to the council. You got this group of people that want to talk to the council, and you got this group of people, and we got somebody on the council that'll listen to all the different groups and everything. So I think we're very, very blessed in what we have for council. Our council is forward thinking. You know, we need to make sure that we address issues that look forward into the city of Owatonna. Cybex was a prime example of adding 150,000 square feet and 100 employees. And I would love to be able to say there's some great things going on for 2017, which there are, but I can't talk about them yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, so,
understand.
Yeah.
Any events coming up that summer? You know, things that you're aware of?
Well, I think one of the things that we talked about at the last council meeting too was they're going to open up an archery range in Owatonna this year, and it's down off of Fremont Street. There's a little a drive that'll go down into that area, and they will have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 targets that are different length and size. And one of the things that they talked about is there is some more and more activity in today about crossbows. And when they talked to the neighbors and designed this, it was without crossbows being used at that area. And so they had a lengthy discussion on crossbows and the archery range. And at this stage of the game, I think the council gave the permission to open it up, but using just bow and arrows for this stage of the game. Once it gets open, they'll look at crossbows.
Very well.
Yep.
Never a dull moment. Always something going on. Right?
Always fun.
Good for you. Well, stay strong.
Yep, you bet. Yes.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Yep. And thank you for being with us today for this segment. And please stay with us because we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I'm very pleased to have with me today Matt Stanislav, who is going to tell us about Beds for Kids. Welcome, Matt. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Some great information about what appears to be a very great program.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for coming to share with us. Beds for Kids. I asked you earlier if this was part of a national or regional kind of a thing, and you said, no, this is local.
Yes.
Give us some idea about how this all started.
Yeah, so Beds for Kids has been around for about 7 years in the community here now. It started as an idea with a men's group here in town that they saw the need. One of them had a job that took them into a home where they saw kids sleeping on the floor or sharing beds, and they said that's not right. And so they went out, they bought a bunch of lumber, got to work as men do, and built some beds and delivered them. And from there, it took off. So we've come a long way over the last 7 years to the point now where we're no longer able to build the beds by hand, but buy beds and are able to provide those to children in Steele and Waseca County.
Okay, in 2 counties then.
Yep.
All right. And does the group then include people? I mean, you likely have a board of directors.
Yep. So we have a volunteer board of 8 people. We've got our executive director, Sherry Kropp. Our president is Trent Fast, and then I serve as the vice president of the board. Yep.
Very well. You said somebody who was on the board with an organization saw there was this need. How do you find out about the need?
Yeah, it's all application based. So folks will go through our website or give us a call to be able to start the application process. A lot of people are referred to us through either churches or social workers or schools or hospitals, and so we've really tried hard to get our name out in the community to let people know that we're there as a resource, so that way they can continue to pass it on when they see people that are in need.
Right. 7 years in the making, and how many beds thus far have you provided to people?
We're excited to say we just delivered our 1,000th bed here about a month ago now.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, yep.
1,000 beds.
Yep, and so obviously it's grown over time. The last 2 years we've actually delivered around 500 beds, and we've already done over 65 this year alone. So we see a need that's still out there. There's definitely a presence in our community where they need our service, and so we don't like to see it grow in some sense, but at the same time we're glad to be able to be a part of it and be able to help these people that are in need.
Okay.
Yep.
As far as economic need, are there any requirements that someone needs to be at an economic or financial threshold, or is it open to anyone?
It's open to anyone. So our qualifications for being able to get a bed are pretty simple. It's for children ages 2 through 17. Who have an unsuitable sleeping condition. And that can look a lot of different ways. It can be a child that's sleeping on the floor or sharing a bed with a sibling or parent, or sleeping on some non-bed piece of furniture, a chair, a couch, or something like that. So as long as there's a need there and they're between ages of 2 and 17, if they apply for it, we can review it and get them one generally.
Okay. How many beds normally, let's say in the period of time, let's say over the course of a year, are you going to provide?
About 250 is kind of our average right now. Like I said, we see that keep ticking up a little bit, but around 250 is kind of what we would expect in a year.
Okay. Yeah. Along with beds, then what other things come?
We provide the full bed package. So we'll do a frame, a box spring and mattress, sheet set, pillow, a comforter, and then as we have donations come in, we're also able to provide those tie fleece blankets or stuffed animals or night lights or books.
Okay.
Yep.
So it really becomes part of the homey thing, if I can use that word. It improves the ambiance. It's a place to sleep, but it's also a place to feel safe. Comfort. There's comfort. Safety. And some peace that comes with it, just because it's soft and things of that nature.
Yeah, no, they're beautiful beds. We buy good sheet sets for these kids, and they're always excited to see what they have there. A lot of times it's popular cartoon characters or things like that, and they're very excited to get them. Yep.
Once the beds are delivered, then are they the property of the parents of the homeowner?
Yes. Yep. There's no strings attached. They get them and they're able to use them as they see fit to pass on to other kids if they want to or what they want to do with them.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
As obviously it costs money. Beds don't come for free.
Yep.
You're a 501c3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
So you're into the fundraising aspect to to find the money that you need for the beds.
Yes. Yep.
And what sorts of things do you do to raise money?
Well, first I'll share. So a common or an average bed costs us about $190, and that's for everything. And so you're right. There is definitely a need there to be able to provide that. And so we do grant writing and fundraising throughout the year to be able to provide this service in the community. And so we've had a number of corporate donors that have provided, and some grant organizations as well. The Otto Bremer Foundation, E.F. Johnson, Legacy of Angels, and others have been great contributors to us. And so we're very grateful for them, as well as personal donations. We've got a number of folks in the community who believe in the organization and support us in that way as well. But something we're really excited about is we do have a fundraiser coming up. We try and have one once a year, and it's part fundraiser, but also part just building our exposure in the community and letting people know that we're here and able to help. But this year it is a fun one. So we have a fundraiser coming up on April 8th. It's a murder mystery dinner and a 5-course pairing meal with food by Tim Cockram. So we're very, very excited for that.
Right.
Yep.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the History Center in town here. Yep.
Okay, and the details are obviously there's going to be an entrance fee admission.
Yep. So tickets are $50 per ticket, and with that you get a $25 receipt back for a donation, so you can write that off on taxes. We have 5 o'clock. We have a silent auction beginning and an open bar or cash bar as well, and then starting at 6:30 is the murder mystery dinner. It's an original one written by Paul Warschauer with the company Murders for Fun, and then the meal by Tim Cockram as well. So
is this a live performance? Or
it is.
It is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we have professional actors coming in from across the states here to come put this on, and it's going to be a great show.
Oh, wonderful. What other kinds of fundraisers have you embarked upon over the time?
Yep, mostly in the past we've gone with either magic shows or pancake or waffle suppers or things like that. We also did some concerts in the past, but this is our first time embarking on a murder mystery, and we're very excited for it.
Excellent. Yep. Sometimes when boards get together to do what you're doing, and you only get 7 years under your belt, you start looking at other, visionary kinds of things. Are you, what other things might you be considering to be doing along with the Beds for Kids?
We feel like we know how to do beds really well, and so that's going to continue to be our focus.
Your core.
Yep, that's our core. We don't really have any plans at this point to expand into other services at this time, but we are trying to figure out how we can get our name out there better to be able to help more folks, and then also long-term thinking, how can we expand this out even beyond Steele and Waseca County? That's where we're at for now, and we're going to focus on that, but it's something that we're thinking about down the road.
Why don't you say, I think you didn't mention it, you said you had a website. I don't know that we got the address.
Yes.
You could maybe just relate that for our viewers.
I'll share a couple websites. So the first one, if you're interested in getting tickets for our event that's coming up, those tickets can be purchased online at brownpapertickets.com, and then you can search for Beds for Kids on there and find those. You can also find them locally at Perfect Day Cakes here in town. But our website, if you're interested in finding out about donating, volunteering, or possibly applying for a bed, is bedsforkidsmn.org.
Okay, so that's easy enough.
Yep.
Beds for Kids at MN.
bedsforkidsmn.org.
Okay, excellent. Other kinds of things that, as far as accoutrement, we talked about the sheets and so forth. Any ideas about what you might be adding to the package that you might go into?
Yeah, no, we're always looking for donations of a few things. Those tie fleece blankets, if folks want to get together and make some of those, we always accept those. New books to be able to provide the kids, night lights, and new stuffed animals. Everything we provide is new, so we don't do used items, but any new items.
And I think that's an important point to raise, that we're not, somebody will call and say, well, I've got a couple of beds that, we don't use anymore. And you likely will say, no, you're not going to accept used mattresses as an example, or, used headboards and box springs and things of that nature. Probably something that you just maybe even can't do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're giving the best experience to these kids, and so that's why we go with new for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you said earlier that you wish that maybe there wasn't as much need, and that you could see your way through out of the need, but some of these things just kind of grow, don't they?
They do.
So, well, very best wishes to you as you continue the quest to provide beds for kids, and and that maybe you'll meet the need. and you can find yourselves doing something else going down the line.
Thank you. Yeah.
Appreciate your being with us to share that.
Time on the date, time, place for the
Yes,
fundraiser?
the fundraiser, April 8th at the Steele County History Center. The silent auction will begin at 5, and then the murder mystery dinner and food will begin at 6:30. Tickets can be purchased at brownpapertickets.com or at Perfect Day Cakes.
Perfect Day Cakes. Excellent. Well, again, thanks for being with us, Matt. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today, and we will be right back after some sponsor messages. Stay with us.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We're going to now have some community announcements. We have the movie Still Alice, which is coming on March 28th at 6 p.m. at the Owatonna Public Library, 105 North Elm Avenue, Gainey Room, 3rd floor. Please RSVP by Monday, March 27th to Deb Gillard at 507-213-1305 or gillard.deb@gmail.com. The presentation is free and open to the public. The Crisis Resource Center's 16th annual Healing the Hearts of Our Children luncheon will be held on March 28th. It's a luncheon to benefit CRC's children's program, March 28th of 2017. We have the St. Paul Episcopal Church Lenten Speaker Series continuing, The Things We Treasure. For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be. On Wednesday, 12:10 to 12:30, the speech is free. There is a lunch afterwards for $6, which the proceeds will benefit the Steele County Free Clinic and the Crisis Resource Center. On March 29th, Tom Walsh, a very senior citizen of Owatonna, will be the speaker. Art for Hope, Saturday, April 8th, Michelson Funeral Home, South Gathering Room, 6:30 to 8, a social hour, 6:30 to 7:45, silent auction, 8 o'clock live auction begins. The silent auction is a fabric art created by area individuals living with dementia, made into pillows. The live auction will be original wooden chair artwork designed and created by local artists. $20 is admission, and the proceeds will benefit Owatonna in support of Alzheimer's. The Steele County Free Fair is seeking public input on the selection of a grandstand show for the 2017 fair. Choices for this year include an IMP autocross, big air show, ATVs and quads, or a second demolition derby. Visit the fair Facebook page and send in your response by the 31st of the month. If you're not on Facebook, you can stop by the fair office or mail your responses to Box 650 in Owatonna 55060. And that's going to do it for us today. Please tune in on Wednesday when we'll have an update from the Steele County Food Shelf and also from the Crisis Resource Center. I hope you will be back with us on Wednesday.